February, I don't have that many trips planned. I'm actually trying to prioritize snowboarding and seeing Switzerland. So I had a fun idea. Chocolate Valentine's Day, Switzerland. So I wanted to do a chocolate tasting. I actually wanted to do this with people, but I don't have people. I am gonna do some kind of comparing different chocolates after doing some research. We'll see if it's fun. Maybe it won't be, and maybe it'll just be lots of me eating chocolate. That's fun for me. So yeah. First stop, I checked out Sprungli, which is steeped in history. It was founded by David Sprungli and was split into two branches, one being the world famous Lindt. The first time I went to Zurich a few years ago, this was the first Swiss chocolate I ever had, so that put it on the list. Second stop, Lauterak. This brand was recommended from my friend in Boston. She was gifted the Frischkoggi, which I did try and it was phenomenal, so wanted to try out some other offerings that they had. Oro. Last, honestly mind-blowing chocolate. I tried it for the first time over the holiday break. It has such an intense chocolate flavor with less sugar and a fancy cold extraction process. All right, we have our contenders. So the top right here is Sprungli. This one is Lauterak, and this one's Oro. I'm tasting these chocolates over a bit of a time period because I do want to enjoy them. So over the next couple of days, I'll call this semifinals. I'm gonna taste the chocolate from each store and score them individually on my own bias. Do I usually like this type of chocolate? 2, uniqueness. Is there something special about it? And 3, overall thoughts and impressions. Was it good in general? The 2 highest scoring chocolates from each store will move on to the finals. To spare you from watching me try 15 pieces of chocolate over the course of a couple weeks, this is the accelerated semifinals. First, spooling, so chocolate 1 with a score of 9 and chocolate 5 with a score of 8 scored the highest and are moving on. Next up, Lauterak semifinals, chocolate 6 with a score of 13 and chocolate 10 with a score of 9.5 are moving forward. Oro was very competitive. Chocolate 13 had a score of 12, and chocolates 12 and 14 tied with a score of 11. Not sure what happened, but footage of me eating chocolate 12 is missing.
Yeah.
So it's been several weeks, if not almost a month, since I started this chocolate competition, but I didn't want to have to eat all of the chocolate at once. I wanted to enjoy it, but then I got very busy. But anyways, we're here now. These are our finalists. They scored the highest. Now I'm going to kind of face them off versus each other. I created this bracket. I've never made a bracket before. These are the face-offs. It happened that for Oro, 2 had tied, so that's why there's actually 3 Oros. But this one from Lauterak had the highest score, and this was number 6. So at the end, we're gonna see who makes it versus 6. We'll see how it goes. Start with 1 versus 12. The 1 was from Sprungli. It's like this white chocolate, kind of floral. I remember noting that it wasn't my usual type of chocolate that I like, but it was super unexpected and really good. I have this half-eaten chocolate, so I guess since it's going through this bracket, I can't eat any of them all the way. So that'll be fun. So this is number 12. Definitely more chocolatey. kind of salted caramelly. So let's see, 1 versus 12. Oh my god, this is hard. It's kind of weird. Well, 1 isn't my usual, but I think I'm gonna go with 1. So in this round, let's move on. Number 1. Just brought over my tea, the palette cleanser in between. And again, I do want to enjoy these really nice chocolates, and I cut it down 7 pieces, but still don't want to just eat it all. So I thought while we're sitting together, I can also answer some questions I've been getting and share with you some thoughts. First question, why did I start vlogging? It's a few reasons. I think the main one is I don't have social media. My family and friends don't always know what I'm up to, so I thought it'd be a good way to fill that gap. And it's also really creative. Growing up, I had a lot of crafty hobbies. What happens with crafting and all of that is you need a lot of stuff, but since I'm traveling and in a new country, I don't have a lot of stuff. So I think this is a cool creative outlet that doesn't create a lot of stuff. Another perk, when people ask me how Switzerland is, I can refer them to my video instead of just saying the same story over and over. I don't know why, but I really hate when I go on a trip and I come back and I have to tell everyone the exact same story. Now I can send them to my videos. So that's kind of a great perk as well. So highly recommend if you also have this pet peeve. Okay, time to try the next one. So it looks like 5 versus 13. This is 5. Very classic, hazelnutty, chocolatey, very good. 13, fancier, half-eaten. We're gonna have to go with 13. It's coffee, it's milky, the chocolate's really high quality. Go with 13 for this one. Tea break. And next question. What is the hardest part of creating these videos? Aside from this video, which I had this concept, I wanted to do this chocolate tasting competition. Actually, filming the footage and all of that is pretty easy, but I would say the hardest part is actually the editing and pulling a narrative together. Sorry, that's my laundry machine. All right, I attended to the laundry. So this question, what's the hardest part? I would say the hardest part is also the most fun, which is the editing and creating a narrative around what the video is about. So I like storyboarding. I have become better and faster at doing the mechanical editing. The creative storytelling part is hard, but also very rewarding. Next matchup, 14 versus 10. 14 here. It's similar to 5. It's hazelnutty. This had an actual hazelnut in it. So I think I like this number 10 more than 5, but they're very similar. Let's try this. 14, which looks very fancy, has gold in it. Okay, this is my own preference. It's another hazelnut chocolate, but I would say 14, slightly more unique. It also had a hazelnut in it, but also had this nougat, kind of puff rice. I don't actually know if nougat is puff rice. It probably is not. And it's a little bit caramelly. So for that, we're gonna go with 14. Moving right along. So this is our bracket so far, 1, 13, 14, and we're still competing against number 6. Another question that I have been getting, is it awkward filming yourself in public? Yes, it definitely can be. It can be uncomfortable to leave my phone somewhere and walk around or something. Actually, there's a shot of me when I'm in Vienna at an art museum, and I left my phone on the floor and I was walking around thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a good shot of me looking at art. And then actually a security guard came and saw the phone on the ground. I had to rush over and be, sorry, that's my phone. He's like, oh, are you famous? And I'm not famous, I'm just trying to take some good footage. So it can be awkward, but aside from that situation, haven't really had any issues. I'm getting confused by my bracket. So 1 versus 13. So this is 1. It's really good. Doesn't hit my chocolate craving, but it's really good. I'm taking the smallest bites ever. Which means the coffee one. I'm gonna have to go with the coffee one. 1. I'm literally just laying it on my bracket paper, so I guess I can't show you guys that anymore. Okay, so 13. needs to face off with 14. 14 is the hazelnut one. Oh. Hello, I'm filming my video. Okay, let me pause this. Sorry about that. So 13 versus 14. 13 is the coffee one, 14 is the hazelnut with puff rice / nougat, but maybe that's not the same thing. I have to go with 13. I love coffee. Bam. So on the plate was very much confusing me, but this is 13, the coffee one versus 6, which I haven't eaten yet, but it ranked the highest. We are now the top 2. I'm feeling very much like I've been eating too much chocolate. Number 6, I remember very well. It has marshmallow in it. I love marshmallow, but I also love coffee. We'll see how it goes. It's so good. I just took a bite of the coffee one. I think I'm gonna have to go with number 6. Seems a little bit anticlimactic since I already figured that 6 would be in the final. But yeah, my love for marshmallow, it just overtakes everything. So you have it, bam.